What happens when you finish an indie album, then get possessed by a skull mask linked to a cult? Today I'm here with indie artist Jimmy MC to uncover mysteries and to promote his new album Audience, releasing April 25th, 2025. All of that in the Donut Bakery. Let's get right into it. Welcome to the Donut Bakery. In the Donut Bakery, we don't just make and bake donuts, we make and bake just about any discussion we can really think of. Today, I'm here with a very talented individual, an individual who, he made some albums starting back in October of 2022 and has continued ever since and is about to drop a new album tomorrow called Audience. Please please welcome my good friend and who was also the voice of Jeff from Don't Hit My Donut for The Final Standoff. Please welcome Jimmy MC.
What's good, everyone? Yup, Rob said it for me. I'm Jimmy MC. I make music. I'm dropping as we speak tomorrow, the 25th of April. And yeah, I actually did voice Jeff in Don't Hit My Donut. I was the antagonist. So you might recognize my voice if you guys have seen that, which I suggest you do. It's a very, very good,
Yes.
very good work.
Yeah, it's really good. I mentioned Jimmy in the first episode of the Donut Bakery. That was just a test episode to see if his podcast would even work, and now we're already on the third episode, which is insane.
Yeah, it's insane, dude.
Yeah. So, Jimmy, how you doing, man?
I'm doing really good, man. Today, I'm just like, today is the calm before the storm, Rob. Like, because the album.
Speaking of storm, I remember that we barely talk about the approaching storm anymore because that album, it was just a test. And of course, I'm working on some new projects as well just to get the approaching storm out of the way.
Exactly. We all start somewhere, man.
Yeah, we all start somewhere. Our first album, it's not going to be the best. You started off with, it was an interesting album, Escape the Judas.
It was very, very interesting.
It was an interesting time, and it was honestly a kind of solid start, in my opinion. Uh,
Yeah.
it's definitely better than other albums. Definitely better than the album that came after that, which we do not talk about.
It's gone. Yeah, that album we don't talk about anymore, guys.
Yeah, it does not exist anymore.
It's kind of ironic. The whole theme of the album is like, if it's real or fake, and it's fake. It's gone. So
Yeah, first it was real, now it's fake.
now it's fake. Yeah, that's the answer. It's not a
Yeah.
mistake.
But yeah, and then I had my album The Approaching Storm, which lasted for about a year. Then for some reason, Spotify botted my account.
Yeah, what the heck happened with that? That was so weird.
I actually had a wonderful chat with Trippy about that as I gathered 67 pages of notes for an upcoming documentary I'm making on Jimmy that's kind of based on Trippy's documentaries, but it'll be a lot shorter, but it'll be more understandable in depth, like talking about what actually happened because those documentaries, it's just like recorded videos and
Yeah, I love they have such a place in my heart though, especially the first one.
yeah, but the first one was really good. However, that like 30 to 45-minute Discord call, people are not going to understand that. And I'm sitting here like, there's got to be another documentary if and I like Trippy's documentaries. I think they're good. The issue is I just don't think they're high quality enough.
It doesn't really it takes itself like too seriously.
No, and I want to make a documentary that actually takes itself seriously, as I'm starting to do with more talk-based, like videos and projects, something like the Donut Bakery, which is really just talking about life.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. But with this project, I'm thinking like, okay, some people don't really understand like the Discord calls. Some of the volume was really low. Not to mention the music bed that Trippy set up was way too high, and the volume for the voices were way too low.
It was just a loop of the same thing over and over again. Like the
Yes, and
music tends to get
honestly,
annoying.
that's not good.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be cinematic. It was supposed to be like an antagonist rising. And with just having people listen to that same song over and over and over and over again, that's just not a way to keep your audience engaged.
Exactly. Yeah, like once the documentary gets to that part, I usually just like stop watching it. Like everything
Yeah,
before that is like funny and everything, but
yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, that that music bed was just way too loud and I couldn't understand the story. Now, when the second documentary released, there was another Discord call, which for some reason I was invited to. Like, I wasn't even. We'll get into that discussion soon enough into this episode of the Donut Bakery. But let's just say I was invited to like a Discord call about some diss track or something like that, which I wasn't even dissed. Jimmy, I think you were planning on dissing me, but you refused.
We were like getting the list of everyone to diss, and then it got to Rob, and I was like, no, I can't diss my boy Rob. I can't diss him. Trippy, we were gonna do it, but we didn't do it because Rob, he's a homie, man. You gotta love Rob, dude. We
Okay.
can't diss him.
And to everyone listening, this is how much affection I'm getting often.
Yes.
Sometimes I have my high homeboys asking me, "Hey, can I please marry Rob?" or something like that. And I'm straight. Like I get the joke. I know they're messing with me, but I'm thinking like I know one person. He's probably listening to this right now, and look, you're getting your shout out today. But first time times where he was saying like, "Rob, can I marry you?"
What?
I I don't know why, but I find it pretty humorous. Um, I was just talking to my family how I've never been to a prom because I'm homeschooled, and I was thinking of one person who would definitely want to invite me to his prom, and I'm like, well, I have no one else to go with, so fine.
Dude, the last choice.
Yeah, and of course you, yeah, but yeah, that's how much affection I'm getting from a lot of people. I try my best to be chill. There are times where I'll act like a very bad guy, but no, in person, I'm very chill. Yeah, and I was in that call, and everyone who got this was like another is this one guy, UMB. Jimmy, you remember UMB?
Yeah. You
Yeah, yeah. Ultra Mario Bros. Now goes by Unloaded. I wonder how he's doing. We don't talk as much, but I hope he's doing all right.
Yeah, I know some stuff with him. He's got some stuff in the future. So
Yeah.
just be patient.
It yeah, it's all good. But yeah, even Sadie as well, he was getting all he was getting kind of excited and not in the good way where he was like mad at you for dissing him. And also to be fair, no offense, Jimmy, but that was not a good diss track.
Yeah, I know. We purposely made it like one of the worst songs. That
Yeah.
whole tree thing was
Yeah. Jimmy MC and the Tree. I remember that project.
yeah. I forgot exactly what we were trying to do when I think we were either just trolling or I think we were actually trying to promote something, but I forgot what exactly we were going to promote.
Yeah, you were definitely there's an entire documentary about that, which I will be covering in my personal documentary that goes more into depth into the Jimmy MC lore. And I'm definitely going to be discussing those moments, but I know that Jimmy, you tried your best. Well, not really tried your best, but you tried making a nature album.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know that I made a nature album, but it was just lo-fi music, and received it received more positive feedback.
I mean, yeah, it's just instrumentals. Like it's just chill. You can't really go
It's
wrong
just
with that.
Yeah, and it's only released on my YouTube. I have no intention of releasing that on my Spotify or something like that because I'm working on something else. I'm working on some projects right now, more of a royalty theme going on behind the scenes. But that'll be a future episode. So, Jimmy, just go ahead and explain just a couple of lore things you can talk about to the public right now about the new album Audience. The floor is
Audience.
yours, my friend.
Okay, the main lore is actually seen through the three, about to be four music videos. I can't spoil what happens in the new one, but
Of course.
as of now, the lore is pretty much the main characters, me, Chirpy, and Richard, found this black skeleton mask, and you could see by the end of 2023, I started to use this same mask in my songs.
Yeah,
Um,
songs like Faded, really good song. I know there's
Revenge.
also Revenge with UMB.
Yeah. I started to use it around because I was always ready for the album, but really in the lore sense, we stole this mask from a cult, and we were like, we started using it for the music, like, hey, this mask is so cool. But pretty much what happened is you could see in the Save Me This Time music video, we were walking and we all got jumped from the trail, from the cult, I mean. And
Yeah.
the cult started like chasing us, and it was intense for the entire music video. But we all split up, and that was the worst mistake. And me, Jimmy MC, got taken over by the cult and got possessed, and the mask took over me pretty much. And what happens next is in the Replace music video, not much happens lore related. Like we're kind of just causing mayhem through the town. Like obviously, like there's like the victim, the one who was listening to like Chill Kid. We like trying to like
Why?
kill him.
Why is that person listening to Chill Kid?
um, really? That song, and I can't get into it a lot.
Of course, because I spoke to Trippy, and there's some things that happened around that had a time, and we don't have to get into it.
We don't have to get into it, but you could kind of tell the little sneak in there. That's all I'm gonna say. And then pretty much, by the end of the music video, we found one of the main characters, Richard, and now he's our victim. And pretty much to sum it all up, I've been taken from a cult and I don't know what to do. And I've been it's like replaced is about me. Like this isn't Jimmy MC. Like this is not the Jimmy MC we've seen before. This is something new.
Yeah,
Cause I've been
this
taken
ain't the
over.
Jimmy MC from the past. This isn't Jimmy MC from Faded. This is a different Jimmy.
Exactly. Exactly. But yeah, that's the main story. But the story, let me tell you this, it's about to get insane tonight. Like the new music video, Goodbye and Good Luck, everything is gonna get crazy. Like this is the craziest Jimmy MC music video yet, without a doubt.
Yeah. To our viewers, we are currently recording this the day before the album releases. So that's really what we're talking about. Just in
Yeah,
case
I was
if
about
you
to say,
wanted
yeah,
like
I don't know.
if you wanted context.
Yeah, I don't know when you plan to release this, but yeah, this is currently April 24th, the day before the album comes out.
I'll I'll try to release it around the same time, like around maybe 12 or something. Definitely the day when Audience releases, because
Yeah.
I still gotta edit this all together. But I think there's going to be a less editing because we're having really good conversations, and only some parts will need to be cut out.
Exactly. Been going good so far. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's basically what we can talk about right now when it comes to audience. We're obviously gonna keep talking about more of Jimmy's history and definitely our friendship over the years.
Oh yeah.
But really, this is the main thing we wanted to get out was the main promotion of audience. I'm really excited for it. I know how Jimmy's excited to see it released to everyone, and hopefully Jimmy's fans will be excited for this episode of the Donut Bakery.
Yes. Yeah, I'll definitely promote this when this releases, Rob, by the way. So, yeah.
It's all good, man. It's all good. But yeah, let's keep talking about like the lineup of different albums in the Jimmy MC set list.
Okay.
So after the unmentionable album that came after Escape the Judas, there was a project called Till Dawn.
Oh, yes. Till Dawn.
You want to speak about anything about that little project?
I actually have something really interesting to say about Till Dawn. And it actually has something to do with Save Me This Time.
Okay. Oh
So,
shoot.
in the beginning of Save Me This Time, there's the voice message, which, by the way, that voice message is real. Like, that voice message, I sent it to Trippy about the album and what I wanted it to actually like be about. But you don't hear it, but it's like right before it cuts, like I kind of want this project to be like Till Dawn. Like not sound like Till Dawn, but have the same premise where songs are about stuff in my life. But obviously, and then it goes on to me saying like,
Yeah,
like the
yeah,
struggles of my life.
and then you you say it like hi the whole fu. I'm trying to keep this episode a little more to the PG-13 side, like not too explicit,
Yeah, yeah,
because
yeah.
because I do know I have a lot of people who are listening to this episode, and
Yeah.
and I don't want them to be offended if they hear any possible vulgar language.
Yeah, bro. But yeah, about Till Dawn, yeah. So I kind of wanted, I actually really liked the premise of Till Dawn. I just think it could have been executed a lot better. And I think in Till Dawn probably has some of my like worst like singing on there because it's not like a rap album. It's more of a singing like type thing. And they're all beats from this producer, Young Spoiler. And it has like
Yeah.
this guitar feel to it. Really, it's like alternative.
Yeah, and guitar like songs with a guitar in it, they're not the best for rap unless you're Linkin Park.
Exactly. That's true. I am
Unless you're Linkin Park, songs with a guitar or even just a regular bass, those are not good songs to rap to. But just
yeah.
unless you're Mike from Linkin Park.
Yeah. Love him. I love
Yeah.
Chester too.
Yep.
Yeah. Dude.
Rest in
But
peace, brother.
yeah. Till Dawn, it's I remember I really, really loved it when it came out, but now it just doesn't stand on anything. Really. It's actually I feel like it's the forgotten project. Like I feel like
Yeah,
people
no one
still talk
talks
about
about
after parties sometimes. Like Till Dawn is just like
Till
it's in the
Dawn. Till Dawn was forgotten. I think people might actually remember it because of this episode of the Donut Bakery.
yeah, they're probably gonna be like, oh yeah, Till
Yeah,
Dawn. Like
yeah,
I forgot about that.
they'll be like, now I remember it, but back before this episode, I forgot it. I still remember when that project released. It was not my favorite, but I do think a lot of the vocals have been getting better over time with new mixing.
Yeah, it was all very new. It was very different. That's why it kind of stands out. It standed out at the time, I should say. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's how I feel about it.
So next up we have the after party.
The after party,
Not bad.
it's
Not
not
bad.
bad. It's a solid project. I don't look on it back too fondly because where I was at making it. I was just very demotivated in Jimmy MC. I took like a month break after it came out and came back with Revenge.
Yeah.
But it's like After Party is very besides the production and making it, After Party is a very solid project. Like I still consider it like it's up there. I mean, obviously nothing with like On Air, but like it's it's good. Like I don't know, like there's I think what are the misses in that? Show Up Tonight is a miss, without a doubt. Show Up Tonight is a miss. Um
Was anyone featured on Show Up Tonight? I forgot if someone was.
it was well, Bob That Master, now Alex Vibe.
Alex 5, yeah.
Yeah. Um,
Yeah,
it's a solid project, really.
I know there was one song that featured Toe. You remember Toe?
Yes. Nowhere is that used to be one of my favorite songs I ever made. I think out of like the old era and the Jimmy MC, like pre like On Air like era, that's top 3. I used to love Nowhere.
Yeah. Uh, Nowhere is a it's a solid song. I think it's pretty good, and I think the entire album, not an album, it's an extended play, right?
Yes.
Okay, I gotta get the terminologies correct, everybody. I'm not perfect. No one is.
Yes.
Yeah,
But yeah.
but yeah, but after the after party, that's when we kind of shifted gears to that Jimmy MC and the Tree Nature project.
So I actually know why we did it. Well, obviously it was for the documentary, but
Yeah,
another thing, it was also to kind of troll to promote a very, very early version of Audience because we plan to make Audience actually at the end of 2023.
yeah. Now, a little question about audience. Was it true that you announced the very first version of Audience as Map the Album on like a auto rap battles game on the popular game Roblox?
That that's true. It was called Matt the Album, and it was called Matt the Album because just like my biggest album, you know what? I'm gonna call it Matt the Album. And it's just shifted to being Audience. It's completely different on what it was.
Oh yeah,
So yeah, I've always planned to release it. That's why the singles like Revenge like faded, like it was kind of leading up to something,
oh yeah,
and then it all kind of stopped. And we went into this different era, which was On Air, which we'll probably get
yeah,
into. But
yeah. I know
yeah.
that had Audience was there was something like on there now and that was an entire album with had Taejon.
Yeah. Collab album.
I'm going to be honest. I think Taejon did a really good job.
He did amazing.
The the only bit of criticism, constructive criticism that is I couldn't really understand his lyrics. And as a music critic, understanding lyrics is pretty important.
Yeah, that's a definitely a valid criticism. Yeah, there's some things that just sound good, but when you really like go on Genius and you see the lyrics, it's just like what was he trying to say? Like what does this mean?
Yeah, I know that in the song More Motion, I was looking at the lyrics for it, and that is not what I first heard from Taejon. I thought Taejon mentioned like Donald Duck in there, and I'm like, what? Yeah, yeah, but that's only my main constructive criticism.
I love On Air. Like I think On Air is gonna hold up. Well, it's almost a year old. It's holding up well. Really, the reason why I made that was it was actually after like a Google Meet concert. Me and Trippy were like cooking,
Oh,
and
I
we made the song, obviously, More Motion, which was intended for Audience. It was supposed to be a track on Audience called More Motion. And I heard Taejon's verse and I remember I was in the car, I was blown away. Like, this Taejon is insane. And I talked to Trippy and I was like, bro, I want to do a collab tape with this man. I want to get his name out. Like, he is
Yeah.
so fire, like what he does. But that's the origin of On Air. That's how we started it. And it developed into something I really, really love.
Yeah. I really think that Taejon is wonderful at what he does. But yeah, I do remember hearing about that Google Meet that concert.
Yeah,
And of course as time went on, uh Demiya, you would do more concerts in the future. I know that during the second documentary that Trippy created, there was a concert which was ironically that was also on my birthday.
that's crazy,
What a coincidence.
dude. I do remember that. I remember we sent you a video after the concert. We're like, "Happy
Yeah.
birthday, Rob." I remember
Yeah,
that.
and that was when we finished The Approaching Storm.
What a day! That was such a big day.
Yeah, and all of that. You were like in a park. Of course, you had to work what you had. Whereas you, there wasn't a big budget for like major sound systems yet.
Yeah,
Yeah. So and and I like that. How to work with what you got. I like that.
exactly.
I gotta brag about how you for a bit. We gotta talk about it. The House of Independence performance.
Oh,
We gotta
yes.
talk about it.
Oh, yes. So, what do you want to know? Do you want to know how it like really happened?
Yes.
Um, so it goes back to actually, I think it was. I was in Florida when it happened, but I don't know if you remember. But actually, beforehand, a year earlier in August 2023, Trippy performed there as his music, Oxygen. I
Yeah.
don't know. Do you know that?
Yeah, I know about how the name Oxygen. I know that he started it rather recently.
Do you know he performed there? The same place I performed?
I did not.
Yeah, I forgot. There was no like big video
No.
that he just really told like his friends like in real life, but he actually did that because originally he wanted me to do that in 2023 in August. And I'm so not gonna lie, I'm so happy I didn't because my songs were pretty like meh at the time. So it's a good thing that I waited. But
And and then when you were able to perform, you had some songs that are on audience.
yes, yeah, exactly. But yeah, I couldn't do it in 2023 because I think it was in Florida when it was happening. But it flashed forward to dang it, I forgot the exact day. I know it was in January um of 2025 and it was one of the best days of my life. I surprisingly I wasn't like nervous. Like I actually have really bad anxiety and I wasn't nervous
Oh,
over this.
brother, same with me, same with me. But yeah, I often have very rough anxiety as well when doing stuff to new people.
Yeah. Yeah. I was just ready to go out there and I performed and it was really nice. I met a lot of new people there. Well, what it was, first of all, it was an artist showcase. So it's not like I was the only one who performed there. There was
Of
all
course.
these people similar to me, you
Yeah,
know?
all these different indie artists because indie music is taking it's becoming very mainstream
Yeah.
and it's getting more popular than big name artists like Post Malone and Taylor Swift.
Oh yeah.
It's it's getting larger by the day.
Yeah, but they were all so nice there. They were all like so like opening and like I actually do plan to do it again maybe this summer like but yeah, one of the best days of my life. I performed yeah, 3 songs.
I know that you played you did replaced. And that was before the music video released for Replaced, right?
Yeah, it was a little early access. Yeah, I performed Replace and two other songs. One of them, no, it was the second song. The second song actually isn't on the album, but I can't say what is with that song yet. You're just
Okay.
gonna have to find out if you can remember the second song. But yeah, the third song is though, actually.
Okay. Wow. That is quite interesting to hear. Yeah, I also get pretty anxious. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna go on and tell one of my stories. So it was like back in June of 2024, and I know that my local church was you're familiar with a concept of vacation Bible school, right?
Oh yes.
Yeah. So so really the format is a lot of the kids are meant to learn like hand motions of different church tunes, and I don't know how, but it was for my dad was selected to be one of the music instructors for the VBS, and he asked me if I wanted to help out, maybe be like a lead singer, and I was like, I don't know. But with some thinking, I decided, sure, why not? So, I actually had a very nice rehearsal. I actually only had like one day of rehearsal before the actual event started, and yeah, that was interesting. But then actually came the uh the vacation Bible school, and just like I rehearsed, I was the lead singer.
Nice.
I was the lead singer in a full band for that VBS. The event lasted for about 4 days. It was not like a summer camp like thing. It was like a day camp.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought it was. Yeah,
Yeah, it was just a day camp, and we would do like I was part of the worship team, and of course some the usually most worship teams they would be kind of calm, like really calm. That's not how I did it. Since I had practice with the approaching storm, I literally turned that session into a rock concert
what?
unintentionally. I wish there was a recording of it, but there's not. And
I oh,
I am going to let everyone know that I will be volunteering to do it again this year.
that's gonna be hype. Yeah, bro. Yeah,
And I will make sure that someone gets a recording of it because, of course, I will be showing everyone that, yes, I can do live performances. That was my first live performance with a band, and it will not be my last.
that sounds so fun, dude. Like, yeah, to be honest, like, whenever like you're nervous about something, it's usually never gonna end up as bad as you think. Like, you just gotta go through with it, really.
Yeah.
It's always better in the end.
And I had two different performances on each day. So I had 8 performances during that time frame.
Oh, because it was 4 days and you two times
Yeah.
each day.
Yeah. And it was really nice. It was really memorable, and I definitely can't wait to do it again. I wanted to share like both of our experiences in being on an actual stage.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I like we would both like do it again. It was honestly like so fun to perform.
I can only imagine if there was one time where if one day you and I met and we would actually do a live performance together on a stage.
That would be crazy.
Yeah. Okay, so that really does it for just talking about the live performances. Let's try to get back to where we left off with the Jimmy MC and Tree.
Jimmy MC in the tree. It was publicity stunt. It was pretty much a hoax.
It was a hoax. It was a publicity stunt. It was meant to be bad. It reminded me of. I'm not sure if you're familiar with this. It's the stage show and the movie at the same time. Are you familiar with The Producers?
No. What is that?
So the producers, the main story is these producers are like, what would be what can we make that'll make audiences so disgusted they'll leave the theater and vow to never come back. So they make a play called like I'm not going to mention the name, but it's Springtime for a Dictator.
Dude. Honestly, that is similar to what I was trying to achieve with Jimmy MC and the Tree. I was trying to get everyone away from it, you know?
Yeah, and but hilariously, the producers' idea backfired on them as people actually really liked the show, and they screamed at each other in the end because they failed their plan.
Bro.
And honestly, that's kind of what I'm like. Jimmy MC and the Tree was meant to scare everyone away, and
Yeah.
instead, some people were actually into it. Well, mainly one person, me, because I
Yeah.
like idiotic content.
Exactly. Yeah, dude. Jimmy MC and the Tree. What a strange event in this. It's so strange.
Yeah, and then after Jimmy MC and the Tree, like that was when we worked together on a song. I don't like mentioning it, but this is my podcast, and I think it's best, Hester, or something if we talk about it. For those wondering, I was planning on re-releasing The Approaching Storm, but I might just release Dawn instead as a single because I am not going to re-release Lightning Strike. That was a horrible one.
Yeah, that song is horrible. That's horrible.
It's horrible, it's bad, and it was just like a preloaded beat because I had no experience in making beats. And it was really before I asked Trippy, hey, is it okay if you can help me out on some of the beats for The Approaching Storm? And that's how we got Storm Surge and Done with a Storm.
Yeah.
But Lightning Strike was preloaded. Uh, Hilariously enough, Dawn was also a preloaded beat, but it turned out to be a better song than Lightning Strike.
Yeah, Dawn's a really good song. That's still my favorite.
Yeah, and I do plan on re-releasing that as a single, but definitely with updated lyrics because The Approaching Storm was based on Hurricane Ian back in 22.
I know it was based off a true story,
Yeah, it
but
was based off a true story. And if I do plan on re-releasing it, I'm going to update to have more of a positive message for not only Florida, but also who are still rebuilding after Ian, but also people in my home state of North Carolina, where we barely survived another storm, Hurricane Helene.
oh my gosh.
Yeah, I know that you noticed that I sent you like a text message during that September of last year that I lost power. It was during the end of the September, and that was because Helene hit, and it was even though it was labeled as a tropical storm, it was the worst. It was labeled as a historic storm because because the last time we had a storm like that was like maybe 100 years ago.
Yeah, dude, it sounded like intense, dude.
It
That
was. It was really intense. South Carolina got a lot of crap. North Carolina got a lot of crap. Tennessee got a lot of crap. So many places that I remember just got a lot of crap. But yeah, if I do re-release Stone, then some lyrics will definitely be changed. But
Yeah.
yeah,
No.
Lightning Strike is not coming back whatsoever. Even if I recreate the beat and just do it as a solo project. As I tried to do it, I realized this is going to be just as bad as the original. Why bother?
Yeah.
Why
Yeah.
waste my time on a project that I'm trying to revive that's just going to stay dead?
Yeah. I never liked remakes or like remasters. Sometimes it does deserve a purpose, but yeah, this like I think we should just get rid of this era.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm just gonna say Dawn will probably be the only song that'll get a remake. The others can just stay down. Honestly, Spotify had a thing going when it took down The Approaching Storm. It was like, ugh, Lightning Strike was such a bad song. Get it down, get it down, get it down.
Yeah, luckily that happened actually for Lightning Strike to go.
Yeah, I still get people asking me if I'm gonna bring it back, and honestly, it went from maybe to nah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's done.
There's just so many problems with that album, like Lightning Strike. It was bad. I know that my microphone, the one I'm currently using, was acting up, and it made my voice even louder. And the mixing was absolutely horrible. And it definitely had like a rock feel to it. However, like I said about how them guitars and all with that type of beat, it only works with Linkin Park. Everything else will just go right down to hell.
Before this podcast, I really didn't think you were a Linkin Park fan. I'm actually really happy you are. I used to love Linkin Park.
Yeah, I never thought like, okay, I'll listen to some Linkin Park. So I first listened to Numb. Then I started listening to Faint.
Oh, that's fire.
And then I started listening to everything else.
The whole album, like the whole like first two albums, like those are like so fire. I love all those songs, to be
Yeah.
honest. Yeah.
Especially like in the end
In
and
the end,
what
yeah.
and what I've done. Yeah.
What I've done
I
is underrated. That's a really good one.
yeah, it's a really good song, but at the same time Linkin Park knows how to rap and rock, primarily rock songs, better than most of us can.
Yes, it's perfect. It's perfect, man. Yeah.
Yeah, it can't be replicated. Okay, so I forgot to talk about after Escape of Judas. Do you remember that Backpack Kid Christmas?
Oh yeah, very very strange little EP. I just
Yeah,
released it because I always wanted to release a Christmas mixtape, and I was like, hey, Christmas is coming up. How about I just put these songs that only I think one or two songs is related to Christmas into a little mixtape of just what I've been working on. And yeah, very strange. I used to love Lose, but now it's just I don't like it for what it's involved in. But
lose.
it's
Yeah, lose. Since there's not really much to talk about the Christmas album, I'll go ahead and get this one out of the way. Lose was originally part of a project that featured UMB and Alex Vibe called Missin' Beetle,
yes.
which was bad.
It was really, really
It,
bad.
I'll go as far to say it was awful.
Yeah. And literally, like, barely anyone knows about it, which is, like, good.
Good.
There's,
Well,
there's,
well, well. Until this episode releases, in which I'll tell everyone, just forget I said all of this.
Yeah, yeah, don't listen to Missing Beetle, guys. It's horrible. I was trying to do this thing where I was gonna release an EP each month. You could kind of see it like in 2023, like there was Till Dawn in June. There was After Party in July. But in was it May or
May.
April? I don't it was in May, yeah. I
It was
released
in
Missing
May.
Beetle.
It was announced in March to be released in May.
Yeah, so I was trying to do a streak, so I was like, "Oh wait, I need something for May," and it was Missing Beetle. And yeah, the songs are horrible. There's nothing good to say about this besides "Lose" was really good at the time. Now it's not, but it was
Yeah.
good at the time. But yeah,
And Vera's Fish One song. I listened to it and it was meh at the time. I'm going to be real. If you're listening to this, don't listen to the song if you're really sensitive of major cussing. And Jimmy, you probably know about the song I'm talking about.
are you talking about "Crazy"?
Crazy.
That song is probably one of the worst songs I've ever made. I really, really don't like that song. Like that actually that might be my least favorite on Miss and Beetle. I'm gonna be honest. That song's bad. That song's really, really bad.
It Missing Beetle, there was another song called Squad in there, which is also not good. It was so bad I'm pretty much dissing it in a song that I have yet to release.
What? You did Squad? Just oh
Yeah.
my god.
I diss Squad, I diss Missing Beetle, and I'm praising Cousin Gang.
Oh yes, Cousin Gang all the way. Yeah.
So yeah, Missing Beetle pretty much don't listen to it. It's really bad. Um and that's pretty much well, there's one more song to talk about that came out in 2023, December of that year. Do
I
the
don't like that.
Richard.
Do the Richard. Do the Rich. What a song. What a song that my man Rob is featured on. Like, like, what do I even say? Like, it literally was just like Trippy was in my house and we were like, we should make like a party song. And we made that. And it's
And it had like a bar theme going on,
yeah, like
which
it's
I
so
can't
weird.
drink yet, and I still I had to write everything down, but oh my goodness, that is probably the fastest lyrics I've made like ever.
You were going insane on that. It was like crazy.
And that was praising Richard. Like I didn't know who Richard was at the time,
Yeah, dude. Oh
but
my god.
I was kind of making like a story like I got drunk off some fireball or something like that, which is an actual drink.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
And
But
but yeah, it was insane and I don't think I'm going to be ever doing that type of rap again because it hurt my voice.
it's so strange. And actually, a little fun fact that people don't know. Well, you know, Rob, but there was supposed to be a music video for it.
Yeah, there was. And I recorded had a bit of it that never released and honestly, good. That music video was horrible. That was way before I actually started doing a lot more costuming and effects and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I'm actually getting into more of live action productions, but until I get like a really good camera, because all I have is my phone right now,
Yeah.
and and it's not a good quality phone. I'm going to be honest. Once I get a good camera and a good crew and more costumes, definitely when I start doing more of my songs for the new album I'm working on. That's
Yeah. That's
yeah,
gonna be hype.
that's when I'll get back to music videos, but
You
no.
plan to actually make a music video for one of the
Yes.
songs.
Yes, I do.
Oh my god, that's gonna be insane, dude.
And, I have one song that I'm currently writing the beat for. I've been writing the beat for a long time now. It is probably going to be the most depressing song I've ever made.
Is it like a true story type song?
Well, it's kind of gonna be a little bit based on the lore, the RGN music lore, and the and my actual life.
I'm really excited to see that. Yeah. Is this like the first track for the album, or is it like
Oh no! There's gonna be a whole story to this, where I already I already teased the name of it on like it's on my RGN music channel banner. If you've checked that, if you recently checked that channel, you would know what it is. The uh the title is it's similar to your The Audience is Waiting. Do you know what my title is?
I remember seeing it once, but I forgot what it was. Can you remind me?
The Monarchy is Rising.
Shoot. This is a very luxury. Oh my god. You better do that laugh in one of the songs.
Actually, I did it in a song that no one really remembers.
The
It's a song that I wrote back in October of 2023 for Halloween called Good Night.
hiding under my sheets.
Yeah, I tried my best to perfect that shaky voice while I'm singing.
Yeah. Good little Halloween song, you know?
Yeah, and it definitely freaked out some people.
Really?
Yeah,
Wait.
like, I had to put a disclaimer on the YouTube video because Trippy and, Matt, who we talked about earlier, said, like, I could possibly be sued for, scaring people like that," and I was like, "Okay, I'll make the disclaimer."
Yeah.
Okay, now, 2024 on air.
2024 on air. I love it. I love it. Like I said earlier, I think it holds up very well. I like almost every song from there. There's one song I don't like that much.
Friend.
Yes, that song we kinda that song we like needed it to be like 10 songs to make it like the perfect 10. And I was like, trend. I guess we'll do this one. But I really don't like the feature on that song too.
No, it's not good.
Yeah. Everything else is pretty good though,
Yeah,
for the most part.
my personal favorite is Lost and Found.
And that's a banger. That's one of my favorites. That's probably
Can't get enough.
my favorite for that album, or for the mixtape, I should say. It always changes every week.
Yeah, and songs like Lost and Found, that kind of depressing song. Jimmy, you've noticed I've been more of a fan of like depressing songs.
Yes. Yes. Oh, you're gonna
Like
be
I've been
glad.
listening to Linkin Park. I've been listening to. It's a popular non-copyright song. Are you familiar with the artist Suburban?
Suburban, I've been to one of his concerts.
Dude,
Yeah, it's literally the same place I performed in the House of Independence. I saw him
House of
perform there.
Independence, Suburban played there.
Yes, with Trippy, he could tell you this. Yeah.
What,
Yes, this happened in 2022. We went there. Yeah,
dude?
that's crazy. You mean
Dude,
Suburban like the I love everything fires?
fire spreading.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah, I saw him
yeah, yeah.
perform.
I've been listening to Cradles, man.
Yeah,
Yeah. Cradles, that type of depressing, kind of angry song. That's kind of a vibe I'm going for when it comes to parts of the Monarchy project.
I like Suburban. Trippy loves Suburban, so he will probably love the direction you're going on. For
Yeah, what I'm really doing, it's a little bit of an album, but it's also a little bit of a mixtape with different genres.
nice.
Yeah. But of course, on air, Lost and Found is great. The next song, what was the name of it? It was the song after Lost and Found. It was the one that featured Unloaded.
Endless.
Endless, that was it.
Yeah.
really good. I'm surprised that UMB didn't cuss all that much over that one F bomb.
Yeah, he's always cussing.
Yeah, but I'm surprised about that one, and I'm thinking, I think I could actually have UMB on one of my tracks.
Yeah,
If he can if he can tone down the cussing, I think we could actually have a really good track. I'll try to get in contact with like UMB and Toe and definitely Sadie. I need to make it up to Sadie because I was originally gonna feature him on Down with the Storm.
yeah. I'm surprised you haven't collabed with him yet. That's
Yeah.
surprising.
The reason was Sadie couldn't do it, and that's why Trippy is featured in Down with the Storm. And that
Yeah.
is not one of my best songs. I'm going to be completely honest.
I always get mixed up with that one in Storm Surge.
Storm Surge, more angry, more chaotic. Down with the Storm, more slow paced, more calm, kind of chaotic towards the end, but that's when it really goes into Dawn. Yeah. Okay, so that was on air. I think it was a wonderful album, and that's and that's where we kind of pick up on audience, right?
Yeah. I mean, there was the three singles, Distraction,
Yeah,
Distracting, Flames, and Too Basic. Those were just really songs to just put out.
yeah,
They don't sound like audience at all, but
yeah.
yeah.
Distract Hackton was pretty good. I liked it. Flames, very calm song. I think Jaden did a great job on it. I liked his verse. I like Trippy's verse.
Too Basic.
And to basic, that was good. So before I kind of wrap it up a bit, I'm gonna talk a little bit about the audience project with Save Me This Time, just my personal views on it, on the three singles from the audience project. Save Me This Time. I'm gonna be real, man. There might be a little teaser for Monarchy where I might sing a little bars from Save Me This Time.
Shoot. Oh my god. I'm excited for that. I'm actually excited for that.
Where Jimmy, you said like I'm sorry you can't save me hey this time. I'm when it came to like people trying to save you from a cult, people can't save me from becoming king.
Oh my god. It's all connected. It's all connected, Rob.
It's all connected, and it's gonna be so chaotic, even more chaotic than the approaching storm.
Oh yeah. It seems like it is from what you've told me.
Yeah, I'm going with a full monarchy theme, but not when it comes. It's inspired of like the British monarchy, but also not really the British monarchy. Just the whole theme of it. Yeah, and then we have replaced. I think that was a pretty good track, and then so much go on where what appears to be Richard being trapped in some person's garage. And then the whole I feel alive, I feel alive, I feel alive, I feel alive.
Yes. Um yeah, Show Must Go On is a very experimental song. It sounds very different than everything.
It's definitely a very experimental, and some experiments can be good. It can also be kind of meh. We're just seeing what the audience will think of it.
Exactly. You could say that. You could say that.
Yeah, and I already planned for this episode of a donut bakery to be like the audience is waiting outside of a bakery.
Dude, they're all waiting. It's waiting. It's waiting time.
It's all connected, Jimmy.
Oh my god. You're
It's
right.
all connected. The audience is waiting, and the audience is waiting for their donuts. My frickin' employees will not give them. Like, come on, guys, get back to work.
Yeah, what are they're always slacking on the job, Rob. You need new
I
people.
don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah. So to kind of wrap this up, Jimmy, what do you think the future will be for your career as a whole?
For my career, I love making music. I think I'm definitely going to continue making music after audience. I have a lot of good plans for singles. I have something, I think it's going to be a really great future. And I hope I could get really, I found like a name like with this album, like have a little, just find new fans, get the Jimmy MC word out. But I'm really, really excited for the future of Jimmy MC. I'm really excited.
Great to hear. Well, Jimmy, I would like to thank you for coming to the Donut Bakery to chat with me. I hope we can do this again because we had a really nice chat. We had over an hour of chatting.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is already the longest episode of the Donut Bakery by far.
It didn't feel long, to be honest, but yeah, there was 1 hour and 8 minutes. That's
I
crazy.
can't, Jimmy, I can't feel time when it comes to being on a podcast or even in person. I can't feel time.
Bro, yeah. It's strange.
Well,
But
to close it out, to everyone listening to the Donut Bakery, please go check out Jimmy MC and his upcoming album, Audience, releasing April 25th, 2025. Jimmy,
yes,
thank you for coming to the show. And to everyone, I hope you have a wonderful day, evening, night, morning, whatever time it is. Just be safe, have a great time, and I'll see you all on episode 4.
we'll see you. Thank you for having me. We'll see you.
See ya.